It's Halloween, and you know what that means? Vampires, scurrying around all over the place and trying to get ya. You're relaxing? They're in the bushes. So instead of wearing that stinky garlic necklace or lugging around that heavy wooden stake, try Flavors of the Forest Vampire Repellent. Just sprinkle a little on your food before venturing outside, and those bloodthirsty undead are sure to run the other way. Flavors of the Forest Vampire Repellent. Bite back at flavorsforest.com/vampire. For flavor beyond this realm.
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
I promise you, this is not a political podcast.
Jump from the deep below the pool, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. 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 Set up the mood.
Make the passes into the bank of knowledge. Welcome back to Paranoid Radio Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Trebles Garcia, and I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to be here today, and I want to thank every single one of you for allowing me to enter your space. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an amazing episode lined up for all of you guys. Again, guys, the most important thing that you can do for the show is word of mouth. Check us out at paranoidradio.com. If you're watching on YouTube, it's like, share, subscribe. I think the button's over here. Like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, please. Guys, I am having such a hard time having you guys to go to YouTube. But if you guys enjoy watching us or watching the graphics, sometimes we have great presentations from people, and I don't want you guys to miss out. So make sure you check us out on Rumble. Also, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's jump in from the deep end of the pool. I have an amazing special guest, bro. This is very important for me. You know what? Every episode is important for me, but this one's unique because this person has been a day one supporter. We've shared so many intimate conversations regarding our family members, her beautiful family, the birth of her beautiful grandkids, her amazing ideas as an entrepreneur. She's a business owner. She's a caregiver. She's an influencer in my life. And she's the one that introduced me to Flash and brought me that political element on the show. I want to give a warm welcome to not only a subscriber, a follower, a person that engages in my life, a friend, a colleague, and hopefully a business partner in the near future. Please give a warm welcome to Amy Whipple from and she's also a skincare therapist, aren't you?
Yes. You skincare therapist, esthetician.
Amy Whipple, you are a work of art. How are you? Thank you for being here.
Oh, I'm good. I'm so happy to be here with you.
Hey.
Yeah.
You are an inspiration, dude. You've had my back since day one.
Oh, yeah.
You're one of those. You're one of those, like, the oneers, like one of those people that have been here since I was recording inside my little 2015 Mitsubishi Mirage.
Yeah.
I'm on lunch breaks. You've been here. You've been here for it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been here at all. Thank you so much for donating your time. And please let the people know where they can find you and your business.
Yeah, BeautyBombed. I recently have moved home, so I have a space at home now. I had a brick and mortar for a long time, but after the COVID fiasco, I didn't want to continue paying rent and all that and not having business because they were, I was afraid that was going to happen again. So I moved home, and I love working from home, and I've never been able to do that. So, yeah, I'm working out of my house now, and I'm going on 22 years of having my own business. And I've always kind of had two jobs, Treby, really. Like, I was in dentistry forever and then got into skincare and opened my own business. And then I worked for a chiropractor kind of off and on there. And now my son works at Toyota in Olympia. And
kudos to that.
Yeah, he's a service writer. He does great. But I got offered a job at the front desk. So on the weekends, that's where I'm at. And yeah,
congratulations on the 3 jobs now managing.
I know it's tough because I don't really have a day off. You know, sometimes on a Monday morning I'll block myself out, but other than that, I'm
happy. To Monday morning I was able to catch you.
Yeah,
I got a little glimpse of your radiation of greatness. Hey, you look stunning, by the way.
Oh,
Has anybody told you that this beautiful morning? Has
aw.
anybody taken the time to give you some love? You're an amazing human being, amazing soul. You look stunning. And I really hope that your son and all his endeavors and everything that you touch becomes wealth for you and health for you and your family at all different levels and every single cavity and every single tiny soul that comes
Oh.
up after you. It's you are an amazing human being. Again, big part of the show. And I'm very, very, very honored and proud to share this moment with you. I've had Rico from Talking Rooster, shout outs Rico, and Chef from Sunday Night Secrets, and many others, even Janet from the Probo Nation, that I consider her my pod mom and my mom in real life. I've shared this mic with many different people, but you are one of the most unique people that I've had on the show because you've been supporting since day one, and I can't say that gently. Which you have.
That's right. Oh, sweetheart. I
Now,
love it.
You've
I love it.
had
We gotta,
shared some stuff. Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. Yes. No, I was like, I had to, say to Flash, because, him and his new mustache, his new mustache he's got going that he's sporting.
I mustachio question.
I know.
He calls it the flash dash.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah, it's amazing, funny.
Flash
It's
dash.
hilarious.
Okay. I just had to have him give a little shout out to Flash's
Yeah,
stash.
Flash's.
So that's it.
Yeah. He's done over 70 episodes with me now since I met him. 3 years.
Dang.
70 episodes. Bro, the first episode we've ever dropped, that was inside of my 2015 Mitsubishi Mirage, as people may know, and I was recording none of this. It was just raw content, and I was just want to be the best podcaster in the world, and he was supporting, he was giving me great rants. He gave me he disclosed some personal stuff with his kid being vaccinated, injured through vaccination, and all this other stuff. And yeah, man, Flash is an amazing human being also, and everybody on the show knows Flash. We had it live today, actually. So Mondays, Monday live jives, we vibe and bring in a little flash bombs.
Love it. Yes. So we have talked and we have shared a lot. Yeah. So
within those messages, you've sent me some downloads and amazing downloads. Actually, we've had conversations that have been potentially be some of the best episodes that I've never put out. Because the conversations are that deep.
Yeah.
Tell me, please, remind me of one of those conversations we had. What are you here to say today?
Well, I want to start with this. So I had another quick download the other day, and I haven't gotten anything since, but this is pretty profound. And I wanted to pair up with you because I wanted to hear you say it. I want you to say the names Cain and Abel, but just say the names together fast.
Cannibal.
Have you heard this before?
No. Kick me in the teeth, please. Oh my goodness.
So I'm waiting because God's just blowing my mind with that because that doesn't lead to anything good for me in my mind when it comes to that. So I'm kind of waiting, but that was kind of the most recent kind of blow my mind thing. But Trebles, the whole thing with lately, like with the babies and birth and God telling me, it's not telling me, it's just I see like a video, like just snapshots, and then the words are on my heart. It's just and the words are there. And I say God says to me, but it's not like I'm audibly hearing it. But a baby is born, but birth isn't over. Meaning the baby might be outside the mother's body, being born into this earth frequency, but the birth process isn't over. There's a lot of stuff being still transferred to mom and baby. And when God showed me the placenta looking like the tree of life, and that the mother's breast looks like the bloom with the stem, the flower, right? And then until the baby latches onto the flower from the tree, because what happens? A tree blooms and then it drops its leaves and goes on to the next season. So everything is so intertwined with us, with nature and the things we see around us, but we don't view the world or life that way because we're all stuck going to work 9 hours a day, paying our bills, doing all the bullshit that they've set up for us to do. We don't recognize it. And it's just so cool because they try to, after you have your baby, they try to reach up inside you and pull the placenta out. They want to clamp the cord. They want to cut that off. And
automatically disconnecting you from the womb, disconnecting you from source, which is your mom at that point. It also desensitizes you at a very young age. And it desensitizes our women as well, because that it makes the woman more prone to postpartum. Now, guys, I'm a conspiracy theorist by all means, but I come from a filthy side of the Latino culture where anxiety postpartum doesn't exist in our society. What we have is stress, mandates, we have responsibility, and we also have, what's that word when we compromise? We have to have our children and raise our children, even if we don't love them, even if we don't love the father, even if we don't want to breastfeed. We just do. We have to, because we are parents. From the moment we give birth to the moment that we die, we're parents all our lives after that. And our responsibility never really ends. So I know women have postpartum, and I don't want to say that this does not exist. It definitely exists, and there's definitely victims out there, and also patients. But I can guarantee you this, that is not natural. It's something that's provoked, conditioned.
Yes. Yes. Because you still have choices. Have choices. And I think that there's a lot of things that are released between mother and baby, even after birth. And what's so funny is I realized the term forced birth that they love to use. Forced birth is a C-section. Forced birth is when the doctor says, oh, I'm going to go on vacation and this is really inconvenient for me. So how about we just schedule your delivery?
Snap. Look at that. Yeah.
That's forced birth, and God knows the day and the time, the second you're going to be born. And what I've realized too is the correlation between astronomy and astrology. Astronomy is real. Astrology is a lie from the devil. But they run very parallel to each other because Satan has to use God's truths to be deceiving. I mean, the deception only works if you have some truth in there. So where's
enough truth to twist?
Yeah. So Trebles, if you think about it, where are all the charts? Where are all the real charts? You've got astrology charts that go this deep. I mean, your moon sign, the second you were born and what it means, and all the stars and all the alignments. And it goes really deep when you start digging into that. I want to know where the real charts are that Satan copied. Because the download I got was that our grandparents, most people, 90% of the people on earth don't even know why they're here. And the reason that we had guidance from God, we had divine guidance that said, Trebles, you were born on this day, at this hour, at this second. This is what the Schumann resonance was doing, the earth magnetic field, the stars. This is what everything was doing at the second you were born, because it was picked by God. So the second you were born, you were going to be A, B, C, and D. This kind of person. You were going to be magnetic. You were going to be outgoing. You were going to be somebody who was warm and loving and embracing. You're not egotistical. You're not afraid to take everyone with you. You're a leader. But until you get out and start doing something, and you're fearful to do it, but you still do it, which is courageous. But until you do it, you don't realize that about yourself. But if we had the guides that we were supposed to be given, passed down from our great, 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 great grandfathers and grandmothers, we would have known. But they have taken all that from us. They've hidden all of that knowledge. And you know what we get? Deception with a little bit of truth. And people fall into it and they want to follow it because they want answers.
We get a cheap Chinese version. We get a cheap Chinese version. I like to call it the domain. So this is just quick connection. Tomorrow I'm dropping an episode with Down the Rabbit Hole. David, he is huge, and he gave me the opportunity to come on his show, and we're going to talk about demonic possession. So demonic possession, whenever anybody is telling you that's your sign, believe me, I have Capricorn tatted on my arm because I thought I was a Capricorn. So I embodied the entire entity of what that depth of astrology tells me how to be or what I am. Mind you, these demonic entities have been here before you and I have been here, before our grandparents have been here. So they know your lineage. They know the data in your DNA. They know where you come from, what you're going to do, and what your deepest desires are. Yeah. So they tell you the things that you want to connect with so that you belong, so that you are. So they disconnect you from the Almighty Creator. So for example, you grab yourself the opportunity to say, hey, I'm a Capricorn today. And I embodied, I'm a leader, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a that. And then you fulfill that identity. You're not only encompassing that identity, but you're also ingesting that demonic entity, that lie. So it becomes a whole a plethora of different demonic entities that consume you from the inside out. Then you have pride that kicks in, right?
Absolutely.
That's one of the biggest seven dangerous, deadliest sins in the Bible. Then you start practicing magic, because where do you think astrology is going to take you? To the Bible? Hell no. It's going to take you to different things that you're going to start diving deep into different dark arts. Then you're going to start realizing. Go ahead.
It's all earthly, dopamine filled, quick, satisfaction,
Entertainment.
Yeah. Ultimately, everything around us is to mess with our dopamine, whether it look at food, entertainment, everything is a feel good, but yet they keep us suppressed, living in hell. It's fascinating. I mean, that guy that you're going to have on, I love that kind of stuff, because really that's the nuts and bolts of everything we're going through. Is the spiritual war.
He is going to have me on his show, and I have to be very explicit when I say this. I am not a biblical hitman. I am not coming to you as a Christian. I'm going to present to you the information that I know, looking at the world through a biblical lens. You guys can take it however you want. I really suggest that you guys go #look it up. Don't take my word for it. Do the research yourself. Then you'll start getting yourself, and you start connecting the dots. But 1000%, Amy. Now, look, I feel as if we've been lied to, and then we have been also influenced by influencers in the air domain, which is the internet, right? Because it comes from the ether, it comes from the air, and the last airbender, the dragon, controls the air, and that's Satan. That's the enemy, the deceiver, the author of all lies, right?
Yep.
So we start connecting all these dots. We're already worshiping influencers on this internet thing that we're using right now to record, right? What's it called when you get your own website? You call it a domain, and it's in the ether, it's in the nothingness.
Wow.
So we're already connecting and already being subjects to this entity that has completely ruined our lives and our children's lives. And then we have Stockholm Syndrome, because we're not only enslaved, but we're asking the enslaver to enslave us more and then enslave our children. So we've been chipped with something that we call now an essential part of our body. When has this become an essential part of our body? And you know what's funny? You used to get your information from scrolls, and now you're getting your information from scrolls.
Yeah, scrolling.
Let that sink in.
Wow.
Let that sink in.
Yeah, I never thought of that. Yes.
So influenced. I'm doing a presentation on Ashira. God said to the apostles, go up to the mountain and destroy all the Ashira poles. Ashira has been known to be the witch that controls the castle in He-Man, the animated series from the 80s and the 90s. If anybody remembers Ashira, you're going to remember her as a cartoon. But if you look into the Bible and what it belongs to, there's Ashira poles that represent erected phalluses. And then you see that repetition of dancing and erotic dancing. And every single time that you see a Shira depicted in the ancient times is as voluptuous boobs and butts and hips, even in the ancient times.
Yes.
Do you know what else dances on poles with voluptuous tits and asses? Do you know who else does that? Strippers.
Yes.
So strippers are on a pole, on a mini stadium, with voluptuous body parts just flopping out.
Yep.
And a bunch of men paying tribute with attention, money, and energy.
Energy. And then when you get into the energy harvesting that they do, that they know how to do, that we're not privy to the information, and you have everyone at a football game or a Taylor Swift concert, what's going down under that stage, Trebles? What's going on under that stage while they're harvesting all that energy? Most likely rituals.
Even the screaming of your voice as you're putting out those frequencies with your voice and screaming, even your chants. Everything's a spellcast, right? Because even when you're going to go get baptized, that's a ritual. Saying bless you is a ritual. So there's many different rituals that are driven by your intentions and your emotions, right? And then you get hit with you're in the middle of a halftime NFL show with a bunch of esoteric and Freemason symbols left and right being bombarded with the flashes. And there's a singer in the middle singing not so friendly chorus with rhythms and lyrics. And then you have everybody chanting. What do you think that is?
Yeah, exactly. That's all that ritual. And they've been doing it. I mean, the Colosseum, it's nothing new, right? This is ancient stuff. You watch that movie, The Mummy, and now everything hits me different. How many of these ancient kings have they pulled up to also be able to reattach the entity, that ancient entity that was attached to that mummy?
Oh, snap.
That they're getting information from. Technologies. We know you can't look at those churches in Italy and Barcelona and all that and tell me they didn't have all those technologies from these fallen angels. And you know what? Trebs, they're on their way. Those fallen angels are coming back. They've been given permission through sin. We've opened up the portals because we embrace homosexuality, we embrace trans, we embrace chopping up and mutilating children, so let's just open up all the portals and just let them on in. These are the big boys. Okay, these are the big boys. These aren't just little minions that are telling you to lie.
These are those shapeshifters. These are the ones that provoke. These are the ones that will lead you down that amplitude, a path filled with nothingness, emptiness.
It's big stuff, and we have no idea. We have no idea the spiritual battle that is headed our way. And most people aren't prepared for what they're going to see. Anything that you can imagine in your mind, God made our brains. Anything that you can imagine that we've seen on TV, monsters, whatever, call it whatever, that's been seen before. You can't think up a color that you've never seen, right? So how are you going to think up?
Nothing new under the sun.
Yeah. And it's going to get real interesting. And when I saw that vision of the fallen angels coming down and they were adorned in all their jewelry, they didn't leave that heavenly realm without their possessions. And those possessions held powers.
Oh.
And when they came to earth, they made deals with Satan. They're not gonna come down here for nothing. They're gonna say, hey, I'll come down with you, but I want to be the heavyweight champion of the world. I want adoration. I want human beings screaming my name and crying over me and loving on me. I want to feel that. So Tyson, all these, Jordan, I hate to think about it. I love Michael Jordan, but I'm a big basketball. Yeah. I love basketball, but But he definitely, these entities attach themselves to these to become idols because they want to be worshipped. And the only way they're going to ever be worshipped, Treby, is by us. And so,
In our consent.
yeah, we don't know that we're actually doing that. I mean, we know that it's idols, and we do get that because God warns us, but we don't really realize the depths of it, like you said, the depths of it, of them knowing us from way back, our great, they know our lineage. And, you know, they're not going to do this for nothing. And then the Pope, you know, I looked it up, you know, when a Pope dies, well, when he becomes Pope, he's issued a ring, his own personal ring, right? And when that Pope dies, that ring's destroyed. Now, on Google, it literally says the ring is destroyed so it cannot be misused.
Why?
Misused? You know, so those entities are attached to these jewels, and whoever has that jewel, that entity controls. These crown jewels, Trebles, I always was bothered by it. I would be like Princess Di, she's so beautiful, but she'd be wearing this corny, weird, gaudy looking, you know, but that's what's enabling them to stay in control.
Their elixir, where
Yeah,
their power derives from. The attachment.
Yeah. These jewels were, they belong to the fallen ones. And they have powers. And if you think about it, the royal family at this point, why would anyone care what their bloodline is? Why does anyone care? What does it do for you? What's it do for the people? Nothing. So why is everybody, oh my gosh, oh the queen and all this stuff? I really just, it's disgusting to me. I've never gotten that. But now it's a spell. It's a spell over the land, and they blood sacrifice children to gain power, to use words that place spells. Because all the things that they say, I just crack up. What is the what do they call the person that stands up there and speaks with the news briefings, you know, for the president, like that blonde girl?
The press secretary?
Yeah, thank you. That red-haired gal that worked for Biden. She constantly said the words, let me be clear. Let's circle back. Let me be clear. Right?
Oh, look at that. Nice catch. Okay.
Yeah. And so they're always using these phrases. And if you step back from the earth and just turned the TVs up and you heard all these TVs at the same time saying, let me be clear. Words have power. And everyone's hearing them at the same time, and they're just under a spell. And that's why you saw people running around with a mask over their face in broad daylight outside a grown-ass man. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but there's just so much stuff that I have just had all these realizations over. And and I just can't believe people don't see it. Aren't you getting sick of hearing the same things from these people?
Over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah, over and over.
You have
so it's pretty fascinating.
It's the waking moment for a lot of us is a different. Our paths are completely different. People realize and they connect with Jesus on an intimate level at a different pace, at a different height, at a different timeline. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. It shouldn't be like, oh, I'm more spiritual than you are. It's none of that, because everybody's transformation is unique to its own person. But then you have, like what you said, right? The jewels. And every single time that they wear it, the ancients had it. Look at, if you go back to every Egyptian pharaoh, they all fell asleep with their own beautiful garments and their own beautiful jewelries and their own staffs. Everybody had their own different symbol. Same thing with the Olmecs and the Aztecs and the Mayans and all these ancient, even the Chinese did it. The Chinese had their own dressings, and even Native Americans had their specific chiefs that died with a specific plumage, with a specific name on a specific day. Some chiefs died purposely on a specific day doing a specific action so that they can be maybe remembered and echoed through time for the rest of existence.
Yeah, true.
Echoed. Mm-hmm. So it's the impact you have on people with those symbols, which is why they're used on money today, and they're used on stuff that we used to record with, and Google and the Freemasons. And the battle of spirits is here, man. It's right in front of our doorstep, guys. You can't avoid it anymore. You can't not just turn off the light and go to sleep and wake up tomorrow, a new day, pretending like nothing happened, because it's affecting you every single day. They, them, sorry to tell you guys, that's what you call demonic entities in one body. You call them they, because they are many in one person.
Yes.
When Jesus casted out those demons, what they did, he had one man and there was a legion. And he told, what's your name? And they said, we are many. We are legion. He goes, I cast you out of this man right now. And they said, don't send us to the abyss. Allow us to enter the pigs. They entered the pigs. Then the pigs jumped off the cliff and went back into the abyss.
Pigs didn't even want them. Yeah, the pigs didn't. Oh my gosh. I know that's crazy. I mean, to think about that a person could have all these attachments. And
they're attachments, bad habits.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're letting that run rampant in the streets with the drug addiction and the homelessness and the hopelessness.
That's bad, bro. It's bad.
Yeah.
The hopelessness is bad, bro.
Yeah. And they love it. They thrive off it. And I'm hoping, Trevi, there's going to be an end soon. You know, I have hope in Trump and all that. I mean, there's things I see that I just try to keep an open mind, you know.
Word.
Israel, you know, all that stuff it's bubbling to the surface too.
We were talking about that with Flash today, guys. So yeah, I think Baby is running a very, very short term, very, very, very soon. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. But hey, Amy, you came and you whipped us into shape. I freaking love it. Where can people find you, Amy? One more time, please.
Oh, my Instagram is BeautyBombed. It's beauty_bombed. And I have a website on there. You can order product and all sorts of good stuff. And that's one. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for spending the time and having this moment with me and sharing my platform with me. Also for everything that you've done. Thank you for the gift that you sent me last time with the shirt. I wore it so much. It shrunk. I loved it. I loved that shirt. People were saying like, well, that's a badass shirt. I was like, I know. Thank you. It's a good shirt. I want to thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to be able to find the description of her website and also her Instagram account at the description of the show. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you check us out at paranoidradio.com. Drop a 5-star review and engage. If you guys are on YouTube today, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for subscribing or at least just watching and stopping by. Show some support. Give us a like, thumb like, whatever it's called. I'm not really good at this promotion stuff, but give us a subscription. And if you haven't already done so, tell the world. The best thing that you can do for the show today is word of mouth. Check us out at paranoidradio.com and drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. That allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. Peace. Whoa, that was beautiful.
Paranoid